officially reached the halfway point in the Big 12 football season. Players have emerged and teams are solidifying themselves in the race for a conference title. This is Inside the Big 12, and I'm your host, Morgan Huber. Leading the way in the conference standings are the 4-0 Kansas State Wildcats. Over the last 3 wins, the offense has been led by a true freshman at quarterback, Will Howard. After an upper body injury to quarterback Skylar Thompson on October 3rd against Texas Tech, Howard became the only true freshman quarterback in the history of the program to win his first career start on the road the next week at TCU. Through 3 games, the freshman's thrown for 533 yards with 1 interception. Howard has 3 passing touchdowns. He's rushed for 1. And speaking of rushing, he broke off for a ridiculous 80-yard run on the road against the Horned Frogs in that first start. One of the reasons Howard said that he chose K-State was the fact that he was playing behind a 5th-year senior in Thompson. He thought there'd be an opportunity to get some playing time early in his career. Little did he know it would be this soon. I now have the pleasure to welcome starting K-State quarterback Will Howard into the Big 12 studios. Will, thanks so much for joining me. In just 2 weeks, your pass completion percentage jumped by 29%. What's allowed you to settle into this offense?
I'd say it's a lot of different things. Definitely, that bye week helped a lot, being able to mesh with the receivers and the O-line and, kind of just come together as an offense even more. And, the systems I've gotten more comfortable with as we've gone through it. And, it definitely that bye week helped a lot. And, being able to kind of settle in and feel more comfortable in the system this past week, I would say definitely contributed to that jump.
You mentioned your O-line, and Noah Johnson, one of your offensive linemen, has said that he's never noticed a moment that's been too big for you through this. Where does your confidence come from?
I'd say, through guys like him and guys, the guys around me, they have told me from the start that they believe in me, and Skylar, has been a big help in this. And obviously, I'm heartbroken for him and what happened to him. And, but, he's been great in helping me and doing what he can to help me get through and help me understand the offense and do what he can to, teach me what I need to know. And, the guys have just told me, you're the guy now, and they believe in me. And, Noah's been a big part of that. He's obviously a captain. They've just rallied around me a lot, and I wouldn't want to do it with a better group of guys. And, it's just been a lot of fun. And, and at some point you just got to trust your abilities and be able to go out there and play fun and trust that you have prepared well enough and just go out there and play football, because at the end of the day, that's what it is. No matter what stage it is, it's just a game of football that I've been playing since I, was 7 years old. So just trying to have fun with it in that way.
Your coaches, teammates, and even opposing coaches have said that Skylar Thompson is one of the best leaders in college football. What lessons in leadership has he taught you so far?
Yeah, I've only been here for 9 months, but I've learned a ton from him, and he's been, you can just tell, he's a great leader in everything he does, and from winter runs, summer runs to, practice and games. Obviously, he's a great leader, and he's, he takes control of the huddle, and he's very vocal, but also, he has good relationships with guys. So I feel like that's a big thing in leadership is you got to have a relationship with guys to be able to, get on them a little bit. They have to respect you. They have to, you have to be tight with them and know it's out of love. And that's, he's done a great job of that. And I feel like I've learned a lot of things like that from him, and he's going to continue to, teach me in that respect. And, I couldn't ask for a better mentor than Skylar to have, watching over me and helping me through this thing. So.
Well, you're not the only true freshman that's really made some big headlines on this Wildcat offense. How impressed are you with the abilities of your running back, Deuce Vaughn?
Oh my gosh, he's incredible. I knew he was going to be good, but man, he when he came in fall camp and he started making some plays that I was like, wow, this kid's going to be something special, and he's stuck to that and proven that through these 5 games. And having a weapon like him, it's a blessing to have as a quarterback, being able to get him in space, and he's going to continue to do what he does, and I know that. And, he's a tough kid. He's just going to get better from where he is now, and He's, I mean, incredibly mature, incredibly smart for how short he's been in this offense. Um, and I feel like being able to have this year of growth together, and we've been together since we came here, and being able to grow together, it'll be a lot of fun to see what this class can do, and he'll be a big part of that.
This weekend, you face a talented West Virginia defense ranked number 6 in the country in total defense. Your defense is number 1 in the Big 12 in the turnover battle. How have they prepared you for this challenge this week in practice?
Oh, I mean, playing our defense in practice has been huge for me, and their speed and the way they fly around and the way they disguise coverages and do a bunch of different stuff has been big for me, because I know we've played some tough defenses so far, but West Virginia's going to be tough, and we know that it's going to be a challenge. But I feel like we're going to have a good game plan going into things, and our defense has definitely prepared me, and I'd say the rest of us for really whatever they've been really good through these couple of games, and it's been really nice to have a defense like that be able to shut down some really good Big 12 offenses, because it makes our job a lot easier.
Morgantown will be the closest that you'll play to your hometown of Downingtown, Pennsylvania. What, if any, extra significance does this matchup hold?
Yeah, no, I'll have some more family there, and it's a little closer to home, and that'll be nice, being able to play in front of some family for the first time, and that'll be just a little extra motivation, I guess, to put on for them, and be able to play my best for them, and they're my motivation. They're what keep me going, and it'll be great to see them again. I haven't seen them in a while, so yeah, that'll be a lot of fun.
As a Philly guy and as an Eagles fan, your head coach, Chris Kleiman, coached Eagles quarterback Carson Wentz when he was at North Dakota State. How did that factor into your decision to play for Coach Kleiman?
I mean, yeah, it definitely factored in, but just seeing the type of guy that Coach Kleiman was, and the type of coach that he was, and the type of man he was, he's just a true stand-up guy, coach you want to play for. And I had a bonus that he's coached some NFL guys like Easton and Carson, and now, Trey, and they've had some dudes come through that program, and it's been nice to be able to play for a guy like that that has the type of resume that he has, and he provides such a great perspective from the defensive side of things. I really wouldn't want to play for any other coach in the country, and the Carson Wentz factor definitely factored in a little bit, because he's my guy. I'm an Eagles fan through and through, so seeing what he was able to produce and what he was able to do for Carson was really cool to see.
Will, thank you so much for taking the time to join me, and best of luck this weekend against West Virginia.
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate you having me.
Howard and the Wildcats will face the Mountaineers 11 a.m. Central on ESPN2. We are in for a real treat on Halloween with all 10 teams in action. Taking a look at the rest of the schedule here, the other 11 a.m. game, the Cyclones will visit the Jayhawks in Lawrence. Both TCU and Baylor looking to bounce back in this 2:30 p.m. matchup. Texas crosses over the Red River to battle the undefeated Oklahoma State Cowboys. Halloween night, you get to enjoy Oklahoma against Texas Tech with a side of your candy. Quickly switching gears here from the gridiron to the hardwood. There's been a lot of anticipation around the start of the Big 12 men's basketball season. After a year in which the conference had not one, but 2 Final Four contenders, Big 12 fans, you better buckle up, because this is going to be another season with high-caliber play and top-notch talent. Let's take a look at the 2020-2021 men's basketball preseason poll. The Baylor Bears are number 1 in the preseason poll after receiving 7 of the possible 9 first-place votes. The Bears' junior guard, Jared Butler, was named the Big 12 Preseason Player of the Year. Kansas finished in second with 3 first-place votes and 73 points. Third in the poll, the West Virginia Mountaineers. Texas finished just 3 points behind West Virginia for 4th. Chris Beard's Red Raiders finished 5th in the poll with 53 points, and forward Marcus Santos Silva picked up the preseason Newcomer of the Year award. Oklahoma, Oklahoma State, Iowa State, TCU, and Kansas State round out 6 through 10. Earlier this week, the Big 12 announced the full conference schedules for both men's and women's basketball. You can find that on Big12Sports.com. That'll do it for this week's episode of Inside the Big 12. Next week, I'll bring you a preview of the highly anticipated matchup between number 6 Oklahoma State and number 16 Kansas State. I'll see you next week, everybody.